You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Mcdowell versus Mcdowell.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. McDowell, you say you have no doubt that your 1-month-old daughter, Annabelle, is your husband's biological child because you claim you only had sex with Mr. McDowell during the window of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. McDowell, you say your wife is nothing but a cheater and you believe that the man she left you for, Mr. Alfred, is in fact Annabelle's father.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
say that once the DNA results prove the child is not yours, you want out of this marriage.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. McDowell, how has this situation affected you and your family?
Well, the children we have lost their mother. I'm a single father at the moment. I'm taking care of them by myself. And I mean, it all went down like she just one day told me she was going to go to her friend, a female friend's house and spend a few hours.
Your Honor, that's not true.
And then she called me later that night and said she was going to end up spending the night. Well, the next day, the female friend she went to go spend the night with called me and said she walked into the home and caught her, Miss McDowell, and her boyfriend on the couch cuddling.
That's a lie.
Whenever I brought it to Miss Adele's attention that I knew about it, she said that's what friends do.
Yes, I admit, I did sleep in the same bed with the dude. No, we were not cuddling, and no,
But we
did
are
not.
married. You don't sleep in a bed with another dude during a marriage.
But
I mean,
me, him,
before
and the
that,
friend that I went and stayed the night with was drinking that night. We went to the store, and on our way back, he's going to tell me that I could sleep with this dude in front of him and watch me mess around with this dude. And I told him, I said, no, I'm your wife, and that's not right.
Did you suggest that, Mr. McDowell?
I do not recall that. No, Your Honor, I do not. We were all drinking, and that was before the fact of her going up there and spending the 3 days.
To me, that sends up a red flag. So I told him I needed time away, a week at least, to think about what I needed to do.
But within
If
that
I
week,
wanted
they
to
slept together? I mean,
stay in the relationship.
Because he made that request, that rubbed you the wrong way, and you said you needed time away to think.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what happened?
Well, I went out to my friend's house. Dude was my friend, and the chick was my friend. I did not know she was planning on leaving that night. It's the whole reason I ended up asking to stay the night.
But you ended up in the bed with this guy.
Yes, Your Honor.
At some point in this marriage, I mean, no matter how messy, difficult it has been, you end up pregnant and you tell your husband?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was his response?
It's not mine.
it's not mine.
I said, I told him that it has to be his because me and him had sex on October the 27th when we were heading to go get our other 3 kids.
I do not recall that.
He's a liar, Your Honor.
And since then, she jumped from boyfriend to boyfriend, coworker to coworker. She was with like 5 or 6 different guys.
No, Your
before she's
Honor,
with the
I
one
was
she
with
is now.
4 different guys, and I have proof here that, yes, I did. We had sex on the 27th, and also I had sex with Mr. Alfred on the 9th and the 10th of November.
Let me see this proof.
And then I also have proof from what my midwife told me that my conceiving week was, and that's the week I had sex with Mr. Mcdowell on the back road.
This first page of evidence is a calendar.
I mean,
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
wouldn't.
It shows on the 27th of October, you were intimate with your husband,
Yes,
Mr.
Your Honor.
McDowell. And then on the 9th and the 10th of November, you were intimate with the other man in question.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's Mr. Alfred.
And here I have where it shows the week of me conceiving my child.
May I see that, Jerome? And then on this calendar, you say your midwife gave you a date of conception, a window.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she said that that was the week of October 26th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which means the 27th is when you slept with your husband, Mr. McDowell.
Yes,
So
Your Honor.
you figured it was his child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because there was no one else you slept with
She
for
can
at least 2
determine
weeks.
that the baby was
Yes,
mine
Your
because
Honor.
I slept with her, allegedly slept with her a week before the next guy did.
Because you're saying you don't even remember that
I mean,
happened.
I will admit I allowed her to perform oral activities on me, but we did not physically do anything that could acquire a baby. I believe she
That same
boiled
night,
this
Your
plan
Honor,
up in
he
her
couldn't
mind
even
to get
find
money
his
for my
condoms.
family because my mother supported her through our last 3 pregnancies. And she believed that if she had my mother fooled to believe that it was my kid, that she can get whatever she wanted, food, money, clothing. And I told my mother not to help her, and she did it behind my back anyway.
Your Honor, I paid his mother.
Your mother's here. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. Thank you for being here, Ms. Combs. You've been here in this courtroom once before, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were here with your nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're here with your son.
Yes, ma'am.
He just said that during the pregnancy, you took Ms. McDowell in. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Please explain.
Well, it's not my grandchild, first of all.
You don't believe it's your grandchild?
May I say one more thing? We had a court scheduled in our town. I was walking down the hallway. I was running late for court. She did not know where I was coming. I tucked in behind the corner to where no one could see me, and I overheard her telling somebody and laughing that she knew the child wasn't mine and that she was just playing us for the money.
No, Your Honor, that is not true.
Yes, I did, because it
I
was
said
my
that I did
cousin,
not
and
think
I asked him, and he confirmed it.
He asked me if
to
it
me,
was,
why does a
if
whore
Mr.
walk
McDowell's
around
child.
screwing different
Ms.
people all
Combs,
the
let's be
time?
respectful.
He asked
Well,
me
you know,
if
it's
I thought it
pathetic
was Mr.
when she
McDowell's
wants to sit
child.
around
I
and screw
said,
Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then just blame one person as the daddy.
Like,
yeah, like
at
he
the time,
said,
yes.
The reason why it is
Like she
is
drew a name
because
out of a hat and
everything
said, "This
she's
is it."
got and she's had, I've supported her because her and her ain't nothing but trash.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. What I want to know is, if you didn't believe the child was your grandchild, why did you take her in?
Because she told me from day one that it was his, like she's saying now. I believed her as a grandmother.
Well, it looks
I'm going to
nothing like
do.
me.
So at first you believed.
Yes, ma'am.
looks nothing
I
like
took
me
her
nor
to the
the other
doctors. She called me wanting food. She called me wanting money. I've done her and her boyfriend's laundry.
And I told her repeatedly not to do it, and she did it behind my back anyway.
I even give her and her
Your Honor.
boyfriend money to come and do stuff at my house just to earn money.
You knew it was her boyfriend, or you found out later?
No, I knew it was her boyfriend. I tried to work it to where they could get back together because my thought, even though she's a whore, that her...
Ma'am, you
they
have to use respectful language.
I'm sorry.
Do not use that language.
But to me, they had 3 children together, and she should be not a slut on the street, that's not a cuss word, but a slut on the street and be a mother to these children because it's not their fault. They didn't ask to be born. And I let her stay with me and paid everything that she needed, got her stuff, whatever, so she could work things out between her and him. And she kept going right back to the same boy over and over and over.
If she honestly believed the child was mine, then why did she refuse my and my family's appearance at the hospital during birth? I have not laid eyes on that baby personally since it's been born.
Your Honor,
I have seen it in person.
I did not refuse him.
You have not.
Have not.
Yes,
This is the best picture I've seen of it
We've not
to date.
seen that child.
And honestly, I don't think it looks
I
like
did
me
not
nor the other
refuse.
3 kids we have. The other 3 kids we have, all 3 came out looking identical. Like, there's no comparison at all. This is not my kid.
Your Honor, I did not refuse them to come up to the
Yes, you
hospital. I
did.
told them I did not want no drama at the hospital
You
while
told
I
us-
was in delivery, and if it came down to it, I would have them removed.
I mean,
So now we keep talking about this boyfriend. I want to understand this relationship. This is
Me
with
too.
Mr. Alfred.
Yes.
When did he really get in the picture? What?
Well, all right, November the 9th, I sat there and messaged him on Facebook, seeing if I can come over and chill with him and hang out. And then, yes, we ended up having sex that night.
the first night you...
While you're
First night?
married?
Yes, Your Honor. He asked me to come back the next day, and I told him I would. Well, we ended up getting together that next day, which is November the 10th. And we had sex that day, too.
And now you're boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes. Now,
Probably during the marriage, too. Because after they got
No.
together is when she came over and was performing the oral on me. So I mean,
No,
she
it
was
was
sneaking
not.
behind his back and coming and seeing me at my mother's.
no, it was not. You're a liar.
Okay, who was at the birth?
Not me.
Mr.
Not me.
Alfred was
I
at
have
the
no
birth.
clue.
He supported
Mr.
me.
Alfred.
Whenever,
He supported me
whenever
the
she
whole
was
9 months
pregnant,
while I was pregnant and thinking that it is Michael's child, and I still think it's Michael's child.
So Mr. Alfred supported you and went to the birth and witnessed the birth of this child, but knowing that it was
Yes, Your
Mr.
Honor.
McDowell's child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Jerome, I think it's time we meet Mr. Alfred.
She's playing
Can
both
you
sides.
escort him in the courtroom? This is just a mess.
I mean, honestly, he probably is not the father neither.
I'll have you go up to the witness stand right
There's no telling who it is.
steps. All right.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Alfred. I have to ask you, do you believe your baby Annabelle's biological father?
Personally, I don't believe me or Michael, either one or the father. I think it might be the gentleman that she
Told
was
you.
with before she tried to work
that?
things out with Michael.
What's interesting here is you say the baby's your husband says the baby's your lover, and your lover says the baby's by another.
Explain
Your
what I
Honor,
said.
the reason why he thinks it's by another person is because the dude I was with before October.
Or one of the multiple other guys you were with.
Ms. Mcdowell, respectfully, how many men were you sleeping with?
I was with 4 dudes, 4 dudes all together. That's including Mr. Alfred and Mcdowell.
I had also found messaging from Facebook from this other gentleman to Mrs.
I can relate to
McDowell
that.
asking about her pregnancy and the child. And to me, that seems kind of fishy. Why would he be asking unless he thought he might be the father as well?
So
I
she
know of
said you were
5.
at the birth.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
You did.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were married to Mr. McDowell, but Mr. Alfred, you were there at the birth and you signed the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you just said, that sounds good to me, I'm signing up.
Yeah, 'cause
Basically, yeah.
Considering he was there for the whole 9
I-
months.
So you didn't believe you were the child's biological father, but you were happy to be the child's legal father. You wanted to acknowledge paternity.
But we already have 3
For the
kids
simple
together.
fact is, the 3 children that they have together now, he likes to hold over her head. He refuses her visits and stuff
She
like that.
refuses to come and see him. She
tries
ain't
to
been to
go-
see him
she
in
tries
6
to go
to
to
8
church.
months.
She tries to go to
But every time Mr. Alfred kicks her out because of an argument, she comes running straight to my doorstep asking if
I
I'll
have
take
not
her back.
done it here recently.
Or
at
my
all.
house.
split up
No, not
one
since the
time.
I
baby's
said
been
not
born.
recently, but you've done it?
We've only
Yes,
split up
I
one
have
time
done
in
it.
9 months.
Whenever we've been into it and he's put me out,
Every time they've been
I have
into it.
ran to my mother-in-law because I was pregnant. And yes, like I said, it's Mr. McDowell's baby. So yes, I'm going to run to my mother-in-law for support. She
But
told
then
me
at the
if I
same-
needed anything, that I could depend on her for anything.
That's the only reason why she claims it's my kid, is so she can get that kind of support. I
No.
mean, once she became 3 months pregnant and I was informed she was pregnant, she dropped all visits with the current 3 kids we have. She has not visited or anything at them for
he's
about
a
6
liar.
months now.
And what's interesting is, Ms. McDowell, you're saying the baby's your husband's, but you're in a relationship with Mr. Alfred.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he signed the birth certificate.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he supported you through the birth.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you still believe this is Mr. McDowell's child.
Yes, Your Honor.
If she believes it's mine, then why would she have somebody else sign the certificate?
Because he supported me through the whole 9 months and he was
It
there at
doesn't
her
matter.
birth.
To my knowledge,
I have
the
custody
first
of the
5 months
prior
of her
3
pregnancy,
kids.
she believed that it was Mr. McDowell's up until the 6th month on. She tried to claim that it was mine.
Exactly.
I personally believe
Exactly.
that she just was trying to see who would take her in and support
Who would
her.
give her the most money and feed her better?
But like I said, I don't believe the baby's mine. I hope the results are different because, like I said, we are in a relationship together.
So you want the child to be yours, but you don't believe the child is yours.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking at you now, Ms. McDowell, and it seems like you're getting emotional. What are you feeling?
If somebody asked,
Let her speak.
yes, ma'am.
I'm upset that my boyfriend don't believe me. And I mean, I'm upset that everything that's going on, and truthfully, I hope that that baby is Cody, Mr. Alfred's. Because he supported me through everything, even whenever I was depressed. I mean, he's been there. Even whenever I needed him the most, he's been there.
I love this girl with all my heart, and that's the reason why I supported her through the whole 9 months.
I've had no relationship with my own father, so I don't want her to go through it. I don't even know who my father is, and I don't want her to have to go through the same thing. I'd rather her know who her father is and have a father and be there for her. I'd rather her be supported by a father, and she needs a man in her life.
All right. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Mcdowell versus Mcdowell, when it comes to 1 month old, Annabelle Alfred. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. As to whether Mr. McDowell or Mr. Alfred is the biological father, Mr. Alfred, you are her father.
Thank God.
Mom was right.
How does it feel, Mr. Alfred?
I mean, it feels great. It feels amazing. My mother was right the whole time. And just, like I said, given so many different people that she had been with within the timelines, is the reason why I had doubts.
Ms. McDowell, that was the answer you wanted.
Yes, Your Honor. It is. Just so I won't have to deal with him with another kid. And that I'll be able to always be around her.
Mr. McDowell, it seemed that this was the answer you wanted as well.
Yes, Your Honor, it is. I'm relieved.
But you still have other children together.
Yes, we do.
And I'm hoping that this truth, this clarity, will help relieve some of the doubt, some of the anxiety, some of the negative energy, so that maybe you all can at least begin to co-parent the other 3 children. Are you all legally divorced yet?
Not yet, but it's coming soon after this. There's no doubt the divorce is going through. I'm through with this.
I can't wait. I'm ready to get my last name back.
Moving
I just
forward.
wish she would spend more time with her kids that she already had before the fact.
I try.
She really does try.
I do.
Every day.
And now let me say this before we adjourn. The children have to be the priority, okay? We have counseling, we have resources for you to help you figure out how to take the next step. I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.